Basic routines from Kiev, the capital of Ukraine. My name is Viktor Fursov, and today July 7th, 2019. And today I am showing you bumblebees, how they are feeding, and we will talk today about bumblebees in the city. And for sure this is feeding, this is I call breakfast of bumblebees, and here two species of bumblebees. While they're sitting and while they're feeding on honey here. Okay, today they are artists of mine, and today I just brought them to my laboratory. So from flowers, actually, despite city of Kiev is a green city, not too many flowers somewhere around near living apartments. It took me time to find special place with good flowers. And definitely near flowers I found bumblebees and wild bees and just one or two honeybees, because honeybees in a city were not very suitable for breeding. But bumblebees, they will find definitely some interesting places where to live, where to hide their nest, and so they're practically invisible where they are living. But when they are flying, they are visible because they're hairy, they're quite big, so they're black and yellow. So some people are afraid of them, definitely. So I do not afraid of them, and so I do not advise you to be afraid of bumblebees, because they're not aggressive. And by the way, they're not aggressive at all. One tiny bumblebee escaped from our television show, but others enjoy feeding on honey, so hopefully they will not escape. They do feed with this very special organ, this very special proboscis bit on the head. This is tiny tube which is moving forth and forward, back. So this is proboscis, and this proboscis, tiny proboscis, allow them to take water, to take nectar, to take honey from somewhere, like here from this sheet of paper where I spread a piece of just some drops of honey. So honey is not so liquid, quite viscous, so a little bit difficult to take it in, so that's why this bumblebee is trying to move it forth and forward, back. And you see proboscis is located on head. This is a head, then open to mandibula. This is a big mandibula, and between them tiny tube called proboscis, and a drop of honey, by the way. So they're feeding on it, and definitely because they're hungry, maybe they a little bit tired in a box when I brought them from the street. And where do they live? As I said, in some hidden places, somewhere underground, because one species here on the right side, yes, this is a big one. This is worker and big worker, and the Latin name Bombus terrestris. Bombus terrestris, earth bumblebee. Earth bumblebee, so with this yellow and black stripes, and the size not very big, about 15 millimeters. Next one you see with yellow and red stripes. This is a red stripe on the bottom of abdomen. Abdomen is red, and the next one again you see red abdomen and a black body. So they are named stones bumblebee, or that's why they're belonging to different species. Lapidarium, probably Bombus lapidarium, and Bombus terrestris, so they're belonging to different colonies, to different species of bumblebees. Bumblebees very good pollinators. Why very good pollinators? Because they have, as you see, very long proboscis, and they can take nectar from very deep flowers where honeybees cannot do it. and also they're not aggressive, and also they're flying during different weather, even when water is dropping down on their body, such like in moist, misty days, cloudy days, even sometimes when it's a little bit raining, they are still flying around flowers. And honeybees do not do it if it will be wet weather. No, they do not fly. They're sitting in their beehive. They are social insects, bumblebees. Social, so they have a nest and they have a separation of different castes in the colony, because they have a queen, they have drones and also workers. So all these middle-sized bumblebees, they are workers, they are not queen. This is not the most important female. These are just workers. Workers, they are intended to collect nectar and pollen and bring it to nest, to feed and to breed the brood of next generation of workers, and also then later queens and drones. So they are very hairy, so that's why they are good pollinators. So you see here, these are pollen from this yellow flower. So they are slightly dirty, and because they are dirty, they can bring this pollen from one flower to another flower, and it gives fertilization for flowers, and flowers in return they give pollen for their colony. Some commercial companies do like to breed bumblebees because it's quite easy to use bumblebees for pollination of some of different agricultural crops. Not outside of in a farming place, but usually inside, like in a greenhouses. In greenhouses they're very quiet, not aggressive, and really great pollinators of tomatoes, cucumbers and all different crops which are grown in greenhouses. So you see they're cleaning this drop of honey, and really they're lucky not to be hungry but to be fed of very, very good honey which I gave them this time. Now already I've seen appeared some drones in some colonies, because in honeybees and also in bumblebees colonies there is the same biological rule that unfertilized eggs will develop to the larva, and larva will develop to the drone. So drone will be developed from unfertilized egg, and queen and workers were grown from fertilized egg. Drones will appear later, but already I've seen some of them. Maybe I can show you when drone, if it's still here somewhere. Well, or maybe later, the difference between worker and drone. And queens will appear actually in August, in September. They are very big, maybe a bit bigger than this worker twice. Volume is quite big, so very heavy. So we will be mating, flying with the males at the same time in August, September, and after mating they will hide themselves somewhere in a hollow place, somewhere underground, to hibernate, to overwinter during the cold winter in Ukraine and other countries as well. So they're hibernating underground in hidden places, just in a hollow place. And then just will hatch somewhere in March with the first warm days, when weather will be sunny, temperature will be maybe plus 12, plus 15. So this will be the beautiful time when first queens of honeybees and bumblebees will fly and collect first nectar and first pollen from spring flowers. But now their most important role, pollination, and also workers were very busy to collect pollen for their brood, because their most important goal just to bring pollen, to bring nectar, and to breed as much as possible workers, and to collect more pollen as possible to breed later drones and queens, because this is a special separation and function in a bumblebee's colony. Collecting of different stock and breeding, it's separated, and usually queen already doesn't fly in the summertime. Queen is usually sitting inside colony, and also there are a lot of different enemies, including mammals, including humans, including many birds which are eating on, feeding on bumblebees and on their brood. And even there are some natural enemies like other insects, because there are some species of parasitic bumblebees. Parasitic bumblebees were named cuckoo bumblebees. There are some cuckoo bumblebees when another queen can come inside the nest of bumblebee, kill queen, and win this colony. New queen of a Psittyrus genus cuckoo bumblebees will kill old bumblebee queen and will lay her eggs and will breed her queens, her drones, for totally another species, parasitic species of bumblebees. Sometimes it's possible to find them on flowers, and they are different. They have different morphology, and once, 1-2 years ago, I showed the queen of a Psittyrus genus in my video. It's quite interesting because it has a different structure of legs, and always, Psittyrus does not collect pollen. Queen must come inside another nest, kill the queen, and use all the stock which has been collected by other bumblebees and workers and queen. And that's why she does not collect pollen on her legs, in her corbicula. She doesn't have corbicula. This worker has corbicula on hind legs. You see on the left side there is a tarsi, corbicula, then femur and tibia, tarsi, corbicula and tibia. And you see feeding bumblebee with help of proboscis. I hope it was interesting for you. You got some knowledge about bumblebee biology, and you've seen some interesting scenes of a breakfast of bumblebees and their communication for food. This is a Bombus lapidarius, red abdomen and yellow body, Bombus lapidarius, and this is Bombus terrestris of bumblebee. Thank you for watching. Press likes, write your comments, ask your questions. Looking forward to see you on my channel. Will be always very pleased to read your comments and to see your enthusiasm and interest in nature and biology. So it's time to release my artist from laboratory to the nature. Good luck. See you soon on my channel again to watch another video. Bye bye. Don't forget to subscribe.